4.3 million users, or 4.3 million people. Any sort of a guess, a rough guess as to what that number represents? I mean, the hint over there is from the US Bureau of Labor Statistics. But I was alarmed when I saw this number, and the number is, this is the number of people that not just were let go, but these guys resigned voluntarily in the month of August. So this is, people are calling this the Great Resignation, they're calling it the Great Reshuffle, but 4.3 million people leaving the workforce is obviously contributing to a major labor shortage. And now if you add this to the fact that 50% of the industry workforce is going to retire over the next 5 to 10 years, I mean, that's a major number. And all of this is going to be contributing to the labor shortages that we see. Skills gap is a big, big issue. In fact, we were having dinner with one of the CEOs of a major IT services company, and their number one goal is reducing skills gap. They hired 70,000 people over the last 6 months. And in order to get to those 70,000 people, they probably interviewed about 300,000 people. So talent acquisition becomes the number one priority for a lot of the C-levels out there. Now, where all of this is going is that if you take a step back and look at the state of the service experience today, because naturally as people leave, that starts impacting service experience. Where all of this is going is that there are a lot of inefficiencies that are creeping in. Things like, and I think a lot of us have experienced this, that when you reach into enterprises with a problem, with a product or whatever, the natural reaction is you start seeing this. 1 out of 3 calls results in a truck roll. That's about 33% of people being dispatched, service employees being dispatched to fix issues. Now, on top of that, a field visit, cost of an on-site visit, anywhere from $200 to $1,400. I mean, that is pretty significant. I mean, this depends on the industry that you're in, but we've seen telco is a big example where sometimes there are 2, sometimes there are 3 people that are being dispatched, and that adds up. $1,400 is a big number. Now, CareAR is a Xerox company, we actually did a survey. We did a survey to figure out what the day in the life of a field tech looks like. What is that voice of the field tech? And we saw that field techs want to do an amazing job. They want to help solve problems for their customers. But it's tough for them. It's hard for them to find the right information, skills gap, major issue. What do? They call their team members to be able to connect to them and get the right problems resolved, right? They use consumer tools like FaceTime, like WhatsApp, but it's hard. It's tough for them to connect to the right people and get the jobs done. The natural result with all of this is that it starts affecting customer satisfaction. 51% of consumers today cancel their contracts. Why? Because they're not happy with the level of service that they're getting. So it behooves on us to figure out how we can reinvent, we as a community, we as an industry can reinvent the service experience management.